Hello. I am CyklopzGV, and this is Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3 for the Game Boy. So we're going to be playing in Wario's first adventure as the protagonist here, instead of the antagonist. So time is going to start when I go down this pipe, so I will count us down, don't you fret. We're going to be doing the any percent, so it'll be fun. Pay attention or you might miss some of the neat tricks. So without any further ado, I guess we'll just go ahead and get right into it. So start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, first level. Already messed up. Come on, Wario. There we go, haha, second level. So we do, in the any percent, we do map skips, which allow us to just skip right over certain levels. So along the way, there's levels we just don't play, such as the first level. First level's very slow. Look how slow Wario is. So here we go. We got the jet hat now. There's a few different power-ups in this game. We got the jet hat, the bull hat, and the dragon hat. We won't see any of those. The jet hat is the only hat we use. It is the fastest form of travel in Wario Land. Because Wario doesn't actually have a run button. It's just jump and special hat ability button. So jet hat is the fastest form of travel. At the end of most levels, we have to put a large 10 coin in the door to get the exit to open. We want to end each level with 0 coins. It allows Wario to move around these clear games automatically, and then he shrugs and immediately walks off screen. If we end a level with coins in our pocket, then it takes about 3.5 seconds for him to put the coins in his little coin counter before he walks off screen. So we try our best not to end any level with a coin. Some levels you can't help it, but for the most part, coins are routed out completely so that we don't end with any coins. So most of the levels, I'm going to end up flying over. It's just the fastest way to get through. So we'll see the levels, we just won't see Wario a whole lot. Alright, just bump this guy off here. Do not want that coin. Whenever you ram into an enemy and knock one off screen, they drop a coin. So less specific enemies, we pick up their coin, but for the most part, we don't. Alright, and that's the second level. Or, sorry, level 3. Alright, next level's kind of an auto-scroller. For the first half, anyway. I am currently being chased by a Crusher. But I need him later, so it doesn't matter how fast I outrun him. I'm gonna have to wait on him in the end. So I can piddle around here all I want. It doesn't really matter. This is one of the levels where coin count, it's really not up to me if I want to end with 0 coins or not. Each brick that you break has a chance to spawn a coin or not spawn a coin. I have 8 coins right now. Optimally, I'll end with 0. But that's really going to be up to RNG. There's my Crusher buddy. So I need him to get across this lava pit and under these spikes. I'm going to try to go for a Crusher skip, and hopefully that pans out. It'll save us about 10 seconds if it does. Because you're supposed to wait for the Crusher. Nope, I didn't get it. You're supposed to wait for the Crusher to get over this wall. I tried to bounce off of that enemy. If I get in at the very peak of my jump, I can jump up over that wall and out of bounds. So I don't have to wait on the Crusher. But it's very tight to do. That's alright, it doesn't waste too much time. Alright, I have 9 coins. Can I get 10? Alright, no more whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Haha! RNG was kind today. So that'll save us at least 3.5 seconds. I was able to end with 0. Rarely does that happen. And we can just shrug it off and leave. Alright, so coming up to the first boss. Spiked Koopa. There's nothing really special about him. We'll talk about him when we get to him. Fly over that guy. Fly over that Crusher. Wait here. Fly under this one. Now, Crushers, unlike most enemies, if you get hit, you just lose your hat. Crushers, if you get hit at all, it's an instant death instead. So we definitely don't want to be tapped by a Crusher. And I don't want to lose my Jet Hat. Once I pick it up in the first stage, I need it for the rest of the run. So, there might be instances in the game where I lose my hat. If so, I will do a soft reset. Oh, Spiked Koopa. Aha, get wrecked. Resetting is usually faster than going without a hat or trying to go back to another level to pick one up. Soft resetting takes about 12 seconds, but going to find a Jet Hat, depending on what level you lose it in, if you lose it, can take a lot longer. Alright. So Spiked Koopa is down. That's World 1. Rice Beach. Goodbye. Alright, so next we have Mount Teapot. It's mostly an underwater world. Casually, and speedrunning-wise, most people don't like Mount Teapot. So, we're not going to play Mount Teapot. Alright, Stove Canyon. Stove Canyon 1, there is a wall of lava that's following me around. But if we're fast enough, it'll never catch up. So, in the 80%, we don't play Mount Teapot at all. Just skip the whole world. And we don't play Sherbert Land. In most categories, we don't play Sherbert Land, because it's actually an optional world to begin with. Even casually, you have to unlock Sherbet Land. So we just we jump straight from course 5 to course 20. So 15 courses, yeah, we don't bother with that. All right, jump down, dodge the mole, in the door. So at Stove Canyon, this whole thing is it's mostly a lava world. So there's going to be a lot of lava death pits and all that fun jazz. Alright, Stove Canyon 2. We don't do that either. Stove Canyon 3. So, there's little fireballs that come up out of the lava in most of these levels. Potaboos is what they would be called in the normal Mario games. I'm not really sure what they're called in this one. They might still be Potaboos. They're huge. Their hitbox is huge. And I don't want to get hit, obviously. Okay, gonna have to reset on that one. Wario did not grab the ladder. But that's okay. So the way resetting works, the game saves after every level, so there's no worries of, oh, I didn't save. As long as you reset before the level ends, the game saves your hat state. So since I came into the level with a jet hat, but I never exited the level, the last time the game saved was before I went into the level wearing the jet hat. Which is why it's faster to reset than it is to just go find another hat. The ladders in this level are very picky on if Wario will grab them half the time. There we go. Because his hitbox is so big and the hitbox of the ladders is really small. Alright, so we're just gonna fly over, coin it in. There we go. So that was an unfortunate death. But it's not too bad. Alright, so Stove Canyon 3 is done. On to Stove Canyon 4. On to Stove Canyon 5. Alright, so the last level in Stove Canyon. The nice thing about Stove Canyon is we don't do most of the world, so we only do a few levels. So don't have to really deal with the Potaboos too much. And the boss of this world is Fun Fun, and he is anything but Fun Fun is an RNG jerk. Alright, just fly up over this, under that Podoboo. Gonna play it safe. So it looks like you should be able to brush up against the walls, and the Podoboos won't hit you because they're inside the walls, right? Wrong, because Wario's hitbox is so dummy thick, he actually goes into the walls a little bit. Grab a coin. Throw it away. Alright, Fun. So Fun's thing is he throws these giant flaming boogers. And you gotta hit him in the face with them. When he shoots said giant flaming boogers is RNG. And he'll break the ground out as he goes. I have to hit him 3 times. Okay, there's the 3rd booger. Yay! So that was actually a really good Fun. He gave me some bugs pretty quickly. That was nice. And we're just gonna fly over the rest of those coins. He can go a couple of cycles back and forth around the screen without giving you any ammo whatsoever. So he could be a bit of a jerk, but that time he was pretty fun. Alright, on to the SSP Cup. SSP Cup 1, course number 26. So the whole lore of the game, while we're just flying around here, Wario in Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy, he was the boss of the game. Most people are familiar with the game. It tends to be like a fan favorite for people who grew up with the Game Boy. Originally, he just wants a castle. That's all he wants, is his own castle. And in Mario Land 2, he tried to steal Mario's castle, because apparently Mario has a giant castle of his own. And that didn't quite work out for him. Mario gave him the boot. So now Wario, he's still on the hunt for his own castle. So, since stealing a castle didn't work out for him, he is instead trying to steal money to build one himself. We'll have to wait on this guy. I can get over him before he shoots, but it's extremely tight. And I'd say 95% of the time you're more likely to get hit by the spear. So it's just safer to wait him out. So yeah, Wario is after his own castle, and if he can't steal one from the good guys, he might as well steal stuff from the bad guys. So we are going up against the Sugar Pirates, and Captain Syrup is the leader of said pirates. She has stolen a huge golden statue of Princess Peach from the Mushroom Kingdom. Wario wants that statue. I don't trust that. If I'm not at the right height, I can't get over that guy and he'll stab me in the face. Better safe than sorry. So Wario is on a mission to retrieve that statue of Princess Peach so he can ransom it back to the Mushroom Kingdom for enough money to build his own castle. And while he's at it, he's stealing from the pirates along the way. Alright, there we go. Just gonna skip SSP Cup 3. To be deathly honest, I don't remember what the level looks like anymore. So the game has 6 different endings, depending on how much money you end with... how much money you end with at the end of the game. The more money you have, the nicer castle that Wario gets. But problem with that is we're playing the any percent, so we don't want money. That doesn't bode well for Wario and his fat castle. So we'll see what he ends up with by the time we get to the end here. Alright, that is one of the most tedious levels in the 100% and the all treasures category. Because the level loops back in on itself a few times, and we have to travel all the way to the end, then all the way back to the beginning, then all the way to the end again. But only if we're looking for fat stacks. Alright, so this is the last level of the SST Cup. The boss here is... oh, what's his name? Bobo. That's it. Bobo the bird. Bobo was a big problem for me when I first got into Wario Land, until I realized how easy he actually is. All you have to do is duck. So, I'll explain that a little more as we get there. Get rid of my coins. This is also the first boss in this category we can utilize something we call a death warp. There's a little kill plane on the far left side of the screen here. So if I duck, normally he tries to blow you away and then he flies to the back of the screen. But if you duck, for some reason he can't. I don't know. There we go, into the death plane, and it instantly ends the fanfare. If you fall into the death plane on any boss, while the coins are spewing and the fanfare is playing, it instantly ends it and the level progresses. Saves about 5 seconds. There we go. Skip Parsley Woods 1. That's the last map skip of the game. So the way those map skips work is certain levels we can obviously skip by. What happens is as soon as we land on the dot for that level, if we press either up and right or down and right on the same frame, as we land on the level, it causes Wario to... The game doesn't really know where to put us, because it can't technically accept the right input, but the game tries to all the same, because we gave it another input as well. It overrides the up or the down, and the game reads the right input instead. And so it just moves us on to the next spot. Now, if I wanted to go backwards a level, I can't level skip in the opposite direction. I have to leave the world and then re-enter it via the world map, which you just press the B button and it takes you back to the world map. So if I want to do Parsley Woods 1, I would have to leave Parsley Woods entirely and then come back in from the beginning, which we do in other categories. Alright, so here's our first auto-scroller, one of two. It's an auto-scroller, so we got time to hang out, talk. How's everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing fantastic. I see the marathon's doing well, raised over $1,000 so far to the Canadian Cancer Society, so that is awesome. We're just gonna fly over this level. It might auto-scroll, but that doesn't mean we have to do it. And of course we want to end with 0. Yeah, if you notice, Wario is slowly falling out of the sky. So the way that the flying works is Wario, of course, jets in a straight line. While in the air, if you press the B button to cancel your flight, and then you immediately press it the next frame after, you can reinitiate your flight without falling out of the sky. Alright, so this is the second half of the auto-scroller. It's almost done. There is a out-of-bounds warp for the auto-scroller, but it's extremely difficult, and it's not terribly marathon safe, because if I mess up, then bad things happen, so I'm not doing it. So we're gonna ride it out. A mess up would waste more time than just doing the auto-scroller. Alright, so we're done auto-scrolling. Just gotta go find the exit now. Some stages do have multiple exits for branching paths. There's the exit. Some exits are open for us already, and some exits, like the one in the previous level, there's no door, there's just a giant square exclamation box. We call it a squarb. That immediately ends the level. Alright, these clouds can be jerks. Because they don't always shoot lightning. and sometimes they don't stop shooting lightning. So it really depends. They're kind of RNG based in their attack. They try to shoot lightning when they're above you. These seahorses don't have hitboxes except for on the very back of them. Alright, normally we would have to climb the tree, but we're not climbing. We're just gonna wrong warp. We're gonna level wrap straight to the treasure room. The treasure room is already at the top of the tree, so it saves us a climb. Because the treasure room door happens to be directly across from the exit door. And there we go. That saves us from having to climb up the tree and do some more swimming. We don't have time for all that. Alright, now we're coming up to our second auto-scroller. Luckily there's only 2 auto-scrollers in the game. Also luckily, we only do one of them. So, the way the auto-scrolling actually works is when you enter certain doors in the level, that's what triggers the level to automatically scroll. But since I never enter those doors, I never set off the trigger for the auto-scroll to kick in. So yeah, we're just gonna... Yeah, we're now. Grab some extra coins. So the collision and everything is loaded, but the level itself, yeah, we never kick the auto scroll in. So we don't have time for all that. The second half of the level is layered right over top of the first in the game data, so we just fly underneath the first layer and drop onto the second. There we go. That saves about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. And we still have 0 coins. Fantastic. Hopefully that luck will ride. Alright, Parsley Woods boss Zenisuke. Zenisuke is a jerk. His level's a jerk anyway. The boss itself isn't all that bad. It's a ghost. We'll talk about him when we get there. But there's giant spike balls in the level, and if I get hit, I'll lose my hat. They drop from the ceiling, as you can see. But with some fancy footwork here, we can just fly right over them. Ooh, I'm a little low. Means I'm gonna have to come out of the sky. I'm gonna have to play this one safe. I had to get some coins. There's no way around it. I was too low. If I try to fly through this section too low, then those spike balls will hit me as they fall out of the sky, and I'll get hit. So Zenisuke, if he passes through you, it freezes Wario in place and he shakes. So when he shoots his little ghosts with the spears, they'll try to stab you. So we just duck in the corner here. Every time you hit him, his pattern resets. So we will lose 3 seconds because I had to pick up some coins because I had a low flight. But that's okay. Can't win them all. We'll just fly over the rest. We don't want too many coins though, because I still have to wait for him to count them up. We almost had a perfect coin run. See, he stands there and waits. Alright, and now we're on to the final stage. Well, final world, I should say. Syrup Castle. Syrup Castle's not too bad. It's where it all culminates and comes to a head. There we go. Get over that spike ball. So if you notice, Syrup Castle stage, not really castle-ish. It looks more like Parsley Woods. More like Zenisuke's forest there. Alright, grab some coins. Dodge the spike. Up and over. And now we have enough coins to finish the level. So coin route, as I mentioned earlier, is very important. Knowing where the coins are, how many coins are in rows, which coins to pick up, which coins not to pick up, which enemies to kill. It's all It all comes together. Look at him go. I wish Wario had that much enthusiasm at the beginning of the game, running around the end screen there. I mean, he just books it. Alright, course 38, Syrup Castle 2. This level is an annoyance. And my coin count, it's not terribly hard to manage, but during this section, there's always a chance I'll get coins on these blocks, so depending on how many coins I get during this section, lets me know. I have to kind of like manage it on the fly as later on. So when you're breaking the blocks, if you're ducking first, and you let go of duck right as you're about to hit the block, Wario will stand up, and he'll actually break the block in one hit instead of two. Gotta be careful here. There is a jet hat in a box in that room, so if I was to get hit at any point in this level, I don't reset. I just grab the jet hat along the way. Alright, this is where I manage my coin count here. There we go. There's 18 coins in a row there. So if depending on what my coin count is, that just dictates how many coins I pick up at that time. Hey, I got the glitched Wario. Alright, fly over these fire pits, because, you know, why not? Everyone has fire pits in their castle, right? What kind of castle would it be without fire pits? Make a coin, kill the mole, fly through the axes. So Wario's hitbox when flying is really funky, and a lot of stage hazards can't hit you as long as you're flying. But as soon as you come out of flying, if you're caught in the hitbox of those hazards, oh yeah, you're gonna take damage. Alright, so that blows up the first part of the castle, the central pillar there. Alright, and we're on to stage 39 out of 40. So even though there's 39 courses in the game, we only play 19 of them in the speedrun for any percent. Do a little bit of fly over here. There we go. So that room is very, very dangerous, as if you're not high enough, and Wario's head is not high enough into the ceiling, you won't be able to clear the spike enemies, and you'll bounce off of them and into the axes if you're too low. I'm just gonna play this room safe. Normally I would jet right out to that middle platform and try to catch it on first cycle, but if I miss it, I die. So it only wastes a few seconds to wait on that platform. And there we go, got our scorb. And that's the last real dangerous level of the game. The final level, the level itself, isn't all that difficult. Alright, on to Captain Syrup. So we fly over the level, of course, as per usual. We want to fly as high as possible, because you would think, like, oh, you could just, fly and grab all these coins, or whatever the case may be. There's hidden blocks everywhere, like all over the place. And if you crash into one, you lose your flight, and you can't reinitiate flight until you land on something. So if you try to fly with Wario still on screen, you're gonna get bodied by one of those blocks, and there is no floor in the level, so you'll just fall to your doom. A lot of people don't realize that you can kill the duck boss with coins. So the game intends you to actually kill him by waiting until he walks past and then ramming him in the back. Alright, kill that little dude, and then fly on through. And here we are. This boss, casually, is a giant pain, but there is a quick kill with the Jet Hat. Normally, you're meant to grab that genie's lamp, throw it, hope it lands right side up, so that it spits out a little cloud that you can jump on, to jump up top and jump on top of the genie's head. But we don't do all that, because Jet Hat. And time's coming up as soon as my hat changes. And time. And that's Wario Land. So Captain Spirit tries to blow us up, and Wario's like, nope. Deuces! And there's the giant golden Princess Peach statue that we've been looking for. So we got a genius lamp and the giant statue. But wait! Mario? What a jerk. He's just gonna come in with his fancy helicopter and just take the statue we worked so hard to steal from the thieves. We were gonna ransom that back, man. How rude. No wonder Wario doesn't like Mario at all. But Wario's cool about it, man. He's like, yo, that's alright. I got my genius lamp. What else? And there we go. Wario summons a genie, and depending on how many coins you have dictates what kind of castle Wario gets. So that's Wario Land, any percent for the Game Boy. If you want to get into speedrunning it, that'd be great. There's not a whole lot of us, maybe 20 runners in total for the game for this category. So it'd be nice to see some, excuse me. It'd be nice to see some activity on the leaderboards. But anyway, looks like we have Gunvolt coming up next. That ought to be really neat. So I will let the lovely people of Game Over Cancer have it back. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, good luck with the rest of the marathon.